here and see everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. We have a great call lined up for us today, and we will be introducing our special guest in a big way here momentarily, but we will be hearing from Danny Young to help us wrap up 2024 and kick us all off to 2025. So it's going to be a good one, but we're going to go ahead first and go through the announcements. We'll probably run through them a little bit faster than we normally do because we want to have as much time with Danny as possible. So give me 1 second to share my screen and do all the things. Put on my glasses probably so we can actually see what I'm reading. So bear with me 1 moment. Oh, this getting old is just so much fun. All right, let's see who's in my view. Morgan Sheedy, that's you. Can you see my screen share pretty well? Perfect. All right. Great. Well, welcome to the final call of 2024, guys. So a couple of reminders about our in-person events coming up with corporate. We've got wrapping up the 15-year anniversary tour. So there's a couple you can hit in Tennessee and then one in Texas. There's also in Knoxville, a corporate overview training. So that's kind of fun. So keep an eye out for all of that. If you are near one of these places, make sure you get yourself there. You will not regret it. A reminder about our dial room with the Gaines and Schenk Agency. So Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, we've got some blocked out times where we'll have some live dialers. So make sure if you are looking to listen in that you jot down these times and get yourself there. Here's a reminder about Ignite. That is coming up as well. The end of February in Dallas, Texas. So this is going to be kind of like a little mini corporate, national conference. And so this will be probably about maybe 2,000 people or so. Usually our national events with corporate have about 4,000 to 5,000 people. So this will be a little bit smaller, although 2,000 people is still a lot. But we are excited. Here are all of the people that are registered. There are a few tickets left. You can reach out to Jordan Schenk, myself, any of the leaders on the team, and get yourself a ticket locked in and come join us. It is going to be a wonderful event to be a part of and really will help accelerate your business probably by 6 months or so. And then the next national conference, guys, isn't until August. So, that's a ways away. So we would love to have you join us at this event and can't wait to see you there. All right. So month 1 of 2025, January, has already started. So Symmetry always starts the month on a Saturday and ends, I guess I should say it the other way, ends the month on a Friday, starts the last Friday of the month, and starts the new month the first Saturday. So if you are confused about the Symmetry schedule, this is a little bit of an overview on it, but reach out. You need to understand this, guys. It's important for knowing when the submit is due, when the last day for business to be issued and paid is, and that's always the last Friday of the month. This happens to be a 5-week turn-in month, so that's a little bit different. That means we have 5 Fridays in this month. That only happens a few times a year. So make sure that you understand how this works so that you can qualify the promotions and for promotions and all the things that you're looking to earn. So reach out if you have questions or need help with this. Just want to give a quick shout out to some brand new team members that we have. Welcome to the team, Jay Austin, direct to Tim Coates. Let me move some things around here. Sorry about that. Mark Florent, direct to Tim Coates as well. Cameron Widener, direct to Tim Romero, and Nicole Kiplin, direct to Kyle and Kristen Gaines. So welcome to each one of you. We are happy to start 2025 with you and can't wait to get to know you a little bit better. We've got some people who passed their exam over the last couple of weeks. So congratulations to you, Nicole Kiplin. Anna Salzman, I think you wrapped up everything here a couple of days ago. And then also Morgan Van Ginkel, direct to Kyle and Kristen as well. So, oh, and Anna direct to Morgan. So we got lots of things going on here. Exciting, exciting. We got people bringing new team members on. So congratulations to all three of you ladies. Exciting, exciting. All right, you guys, we're going to go over numbers for the last 2 weeks since we didn't have a team call last week. So these are numbers for the last 2 weeks of December. We had a total in the Gaines Master Agency of 10 riders, 39,801. So that put us for the year with 45 riders, 868,569. That's about 200,000 up from what we did in 2023. So we're excited about that, and yeah, look forward to a bigger and growing 2025. So well done to everyone who participated. And celebrating a few of you who earned 5K by Friday. That's going to go out to Gabrielle Cucciara. Congratulations. Jeff Lipson. Congratulations. Laura Cawthorn and Kristen Gaines. Congratulations to all 4 of you by submitting $5,000 in production by Friday, both the week of the ending the 20th and the 27th. So well done to all of you. And this is really exciting, you guys. We have wrapped up serving 100 families in 2024. That was just like a goal we kind of put out there, something we were trying to kind of measure and shoot for. So we had 3 of us that hit 100 families served during the year 2024. So Gabrielle Cucciara, congratulations on 163 families served. Well done to you. Kristen Gaines, congratulations, 150 families served. Both of you ladies will earn a $100 gift certificate to wherever you want. So I need you to let me know where you want that $100 to, and I am sending the gift card to you. So I expect to hear from you in the next day or 2. So congratulations, ladies, earning a $100 gift certificate for your 100 families served. Everyone on this slide here represents a family who is served. We served 781 families within the Gaines Agency in 2024. Really, really proud of us with that number. So congratulations and well done to every single one of you. All right, let's look at the last 2 weeks by base shop. So in the Jennifer Gaines base shop, the last 2 weeks of December, we had a total of 4 riders, 13 applications, and submitted 13,766. Jeff came in with 7 apps at 9122. Tim Coates, 2 apps, 3251. Myself, 2 apps, 746. And Tim Romero, 2 apps, 647. So great job to all of you. And then in the Kyle and Kristen Gaines base shop, total of 6 riders with 20 applications and an APV submit of 26,034. Great, great job, y'all. Gabrielle, 3 apps, 7,889, followed by her husband, Daniel Cucciara, 4 apps, 6,255. Laura, if you guys are unmuted, if you wouldn't mind just muting yourselves out, that would be great. Miss Laura Cawthorn came in with 6 apps, 5824. Kristen, 5 apps, 5316. Kyle, 1 apps, 584. And Grant Goff, 1 app, 166. So great job to the Kyle and Kristen Gaines base shop. And then just as an entire master agency, here's where we ended up for the month of December. We made it to 80,835 in submit with 10 riders and 64 applications. Really want to just give a special fun shout out to you, Jeff Lipson. 13 applications for a submit of 22,466. Your first month. Like, unbelievable. So congratulations to you, Jeff. And I know just in chatting with you a little bit, probably at least 2/3 to 3/4 of that, we are probably closer to 3/4. We are confident, pretty confident, has submitted and been submitted, issued, and paid. So that is really, really exciting. And that just shows, guys, what is possible here when you jump in, follow the system. The other thing, Jeff has already got some people in pre-licensing and in contracting. So he's doing two things at once. He is, well, really a lot of things. He's doing all the things. He's learning this business, he's learning production, and he's recruiting and building a team of his own. So well done to you, Jeff Lipson. And then we've got Gabrielle, congratulations to you, 12 apps, 18,204. Laura, 8 apps, 12,568. Kristen, 11, 9,014. Daniel, 7, 7590. And then down from there, you can read them, but congratulations to everyone who wrote business and served families in December. Gabrielle, I just saw your hand is raised. I don't know if that's intentional. Did you need to say something?
Yes, I didn't get to say this when we first hopped on, and I know we're trying to go fast, so Danny can talk. But that was Grant's first application on a client. So I
Oh,
just
great.
shout him out.
Congratulations, Grant. Thank you for pointing that out. Well done. Yeah, I know you submitted an app earlier, Grant, so I wasn't aware or didn't think through that this was your first app on a client. So congratulations, Grant. Well done. All right, you guys, here's your time. We are in the month of January and we are chasing those contracts or promotions. Put it in the chat. What are you working on? What contract level or promotion are you shooting for during the month of January? So what are you working towards? I can't see the chat at the moment, but I'm going to be looking back at it. But throw it in the chat. What are you chasing? And what do you need to get there? If you don't know what you need to get to that contract level, then what's the point? So make sure you know what's it going to take to hit that contract level or promotion. So I hope you're all putting it in the chat. Again, I can't see it at the moment because that's too many things for me to do at once, but we're excited to promote many of you, not only in December, but here as we start in January. So we're excited about that. So great job. And then our Road to Future agency owners, we've got 3 teams for the month of December. These are your numbers. Team Cucchiara came in with 3 riders with 25,961 submit. You all are getting really close to those numbers needed for AO. Team Romero, 2 riders in December for 23,307, and Team Coates, 1 rider, 3,250. So congratulations. I think we're going to have, I really believe we're going to have quite a few people break out as AOs in 2025. And so it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to be a part of. So congratulations. And then just a quick reminder about the Connect calls that are available. If you have questions, need to talk strategy, or struggling just with, some things you need to work through, maybe in your when you're dialing or in your appointments, reach out to myself, Kyle, or Daniel. But again, any of us are available to chat with you. So make sure that you're reaching out to, someone who is where you want to be in the business, and, you can get some help that way. So, all right. Did I miss anything? Anyone? I don't think we did. All right. I am going to hand over the call, our final call of 2024. I'm going to pass it here to Kyle and Kristen Gaines. They are going to run the call for us today. But I just wanted to give just a quick note. Danny Young has been, the first few years I was in the business, he was this person kind of like over here, like that he didn't, not that he wasn't approachable, but I thought, man, I'll never, probably ever in my time at Symmetry, talk to Danny Young. That was when I was new here at Symmetry, and I didn't really understand that here at Symmetry, everybody is willing to help. Everybody wants the very best for every person who's here putting in the work. And, Danny reached out to me after a couple years in the business, and was gracious enough to, offer to come alongside me and be a mentor to me. And during the 5 or so years now that, he and I have been working together and, doing huddles, not every week, but pretty often. Danny, you are an incredible mentor to me. You are an incredible friend to Kevin and I. And I really just can't thank you enough for all the support that you've shown us and the love from you and Sandy. We just cannot thank you enough. And now it's your love for this agency and our team, it trickles down to others. So thank you for all the ways that you and Sandy support us and champion us. So thank you. All right, Kyle and Kristen, I will hand it off to you to give the introduction to Mr. Danny Young.
Couldn't agree more. That was a
Introduction.
You're gonna get 3 introductions, Danny. Is that enough?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we have a question.
Go ahead, Kyle.
well, yeah. Thank you again, Danny, just for taking the time and everybody else on the call today too. Yeah, a couple things before we kick off. I will say this: grab your notebooks,
Mm-hmm.
grab a pen.
Mm-hmm.
If you can lock in, turn on your video. Like if you're moving and shaking, like pause what you're doing because this will be a call that you guys, if you want to get something out of it, you will get something out of it. So, with that being said, our friend and mentor Danny Young. For those of you guys that are new here, Danny has been with Symmetry for about I think 11 years now.
Correct.
11, yep. Managing partner, huge, but even more so, just one incredible human being. And a few numbers I want to share on Danny. These numbers are really just a byproduct of getting on this thing and staying on it. And after 11 years, Danny and Sandy have just built an incredible business and an incredible community here at Symmetry. And so rounding out 2024 as follows. Like I said, managing partner has 3 direct 130s in his downline. He has submitted in his agency 25,182 applications. Yeah, that's a lot of families helped. Like 25,182 apps for a cool 30 million point 12 APV.
We don't even know how to read that number, Danny.
30.12 million.
That's
Those are
awesome.
big numbers.
Y'all
So you
did.
could say, what was that, Danny?
Y'all did that.
Team.
Mhm.
Wasn't me. It was y'all.
We wouldn't be here without you.
But
You could say, Danny knows a thing or two about this business. You guys, what it takes to win here. He also knows a thing or two about being a leader and developing leaders. And possibly most importantly, he knows a thing or 3 about good food. The man loves to eat, and the man knows the good food to eat. And but no, Danny, we're so incredibly grateful to have you on the call this morning. Kristen, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts too, quick.
Yeah, we threw this picture on here. I love this picture so much, and I made it look like a pink sticky note because that's how Danny tracks his $30 million business. You can see that spread across his desk, which is something I just love about you, Danny. But Kyle and I have had the pleasure of having a one-on-one call with you since the 1st of October, which we like to joke is kind of the first day for us in the business because we were wrapping up this year not where we wanted to be. You recognized that, we did too, and you've generously donated your time to us every week. We get an hour with you, and it has completely changed how we view the business and how we approach the business. You've just really changed everything for us in this last few months. And we got the Disney Fast Pass, I like to call it, straight to Louisiana to spend a few days with you and Sandy. And we can't even put into words what that meant to us, but thank you again, Danny, for that and for being on this call. We are so excited for our team to get to hear from you today.
hey, I'm excited about being asked. I love y'all's team from Jordan on down. I mean, y'all got some really, 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 really good people. I mean, that's what I look for is good people. And good people know good people. So y'all have access to an awful lot of good people to bring here, okay? But I want to start out by asking you and Kyle a question, okay?
Oh
Y'all
boy.
heard my Sunday night call about every week. I talk about you have to see something, want something. Seeing comes before wanting, even in the dictionary. All right. And y'all came down here, y'all graced us by coming down here, spending 3 days with us, showing us what eating really means. And but I just want to ask y'all, what did y'all see anything down here? 3 days, anything down here that may have changed what you want?
So many. You go first, Kyle.
Golly, yeah, I got probably 10 pages worth of things. Honestly, I'll keep it so like to boil everything down though, Danny, I think yeah, if I saw one thing, it was the way that you and Sandy love people,
Hmm.
and it's the way that you constantly pull like the very best out of those around you,
Hmm.
which I think just raises the water level for everybody. And I think Jamie Susie always says it like loving people is free, but it
Hmm.
makes me want more of that because I think that that bleeds into every other part of this business and what we're setting out here to build. So that was what I saw, and that's what I want more of.
That's cool.
Man, I saw so many things. I saw a sweet couple who've been married for 55 years, who never stopped believing in one another, sitting in their dream home they just built. That's pretty cool. And what I didn't see was an ounce of stress in that entire house. I searched top to bottom. There was no stress in Danny Young's home. I can tell you that. Um, but mostly I saw that you two, through adversity, which I think a lot of people don't even know about, you two sticking it out and never stop believing in the system and each other. And I love that.
Appreciate that. We thoroughly enjoyed having y'all down here. It was just really a blast. And matter of fact, after this call, we're gonna go meet Courtney Tomplay at Jay Alexander's where we went. We're gonna have some cornbread croutons and some carrot cake, Jennifer. Some carrot cake.
That's
Okay.
all you need in life right there.
All right, y'all, let's roll. Let's see if
Let's
we can't
do
get
it. Let's do
okay.
it. I'll take the first question. Danny, whenever we're getting to talk to you, you emphasize this on your Sunday night call too a lot, but it's that heart is more important than the how. So I'd like to hear from you why you feel that's so important with what we do here.
Well, it's just what I learned in athletics. I was raised in athletics, back, of course, I played football before they had face masks, but I was still athletic. And so, but I learned about winning early on. I learned about what it took to win early on. And I was, I got a lot of accolades in football, kind of like Kyle's dad. Okay. But my favorite sport was basketball. I just wasn't as good in basketball, but I always got a uniform. And I got a uniform because I could run wind sprints. See, if they got 20 kids come out for the team, they only have 12 uniforms. They got to have 8 kids go somewhere else. Okay. They don't have a uniform for only just 12. And so they would run wind sprints. Everybody else thought they were running wind sprints to get you in shape. They were running wind sprints to get 8 kids to quit. That's why they ran wind sprints. Okay. And I just never quit. And I learned then if you just outwork people, show up early, stay late, outwork people, you're going to get a uniform. And that's pretty much how I've led my whole life. This is like here. I mean, we came here 11 years ago, and Symmetry at the time had 14. Look, Symmetry was 4 years old at the time. They had 14 agency managers. They didn't have ownership then. 14 in 4 years. I was number 15. But all I did was use the things that I learned in athletics because winning, I believe winning is winning. I don't care if you're trying to win at chess or checkers. I know y'all play chess, it's way over my head, okay? But winning, it takes the same thing to win there as it does to win here. Okay, you've got to do certain things. You got to show up, you got to work hard, you got to have a good attitude, you got to be coachable. All these things lead to winning. Well, people come here and they think, so this is a business that you have to see. I say this all the time. You have to see this thing before you understand what's there for you. And
Mhm.
the sad thing is that most people don't stay here long enough to see it. Because they come here and they get inundated, and a lot of that's our fault, because we tend to load new people down. Okay, you can throw them up in the summit. They can go in the summit for 40 years and you never see them again. There's so much stuff in there. It's awesome, but it's I'm telling you, it's overwhelming to a lot of people. And so, but they come here and they think they got to learn all of this stuff about every carrier. They've all got 3 or 4 products, so you got to learn like 150 products. All this underwriting stuff and just on and on and on. I mean, it can be just debilitating. Okay. The problem is how much you know is not going to win for you here. The only thing that's going to win for you here is how much you want.
Mhm.
It's the same thing in the rest of y'all's lives. Okay. I mean, Jennifer, what y'all got two grandkids now, right? Well, you had none, okay? When you had the first one, all of a sudden life changed. You checked on that child like every 2 minutes, okay? You have the second one, you check on that one about every 2 hours, and the third one, you sometimes you forget you even got a third one, okay? But when you come here, you think you have to learn everything. And what I learned early on, and this pretty much made my career, is I realized very early, Kristen, that I wasn't in the insurance business selling people. I was in the people business. And see, I didn't like sales. Insurance, the thought of selling insurance nauseated me. And but when I found out early on that I was really in the people business, it changed my life.
Mhm.
And so look, I don't like sales, but I love people. I don't like insurance, but I love people. I don't like meetings, but I love people. See, I don't like I just love people. Okay. Y'all saw me. I need to be around people. All right. And the cool thing now is we can have people in our home and we can be around the people we want to be around. Because that's what I get to choose. When you build something, you get all building does for you. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit today, but all building does for you is give you a whole bunch of choices. You know, when you're by yourself, you're a personal producer, you don't have many choices. You have to get up, you have to dial, you have to set appointments, you have to run appointments, you have to write apps, get those things issued, all that kind of stuff. Okay. You have to deal with no shows. You have to deal with people hanging up on you, all that stuff, because you have to do it. I think I told y'all when you're down here, you say you don't have to do that. I don't do anything anymore I have to do. The only thing I do now is what I want to do. And all of that, 100% of that is the choices we get to make now because we build something. And you don't have to build something here. And look, I've already forgot your question, Kristen. So just stop me, okay? Grab me and bring me back to the road whenever you get lost. Oh,
That's good.
But it's just about what you want. What you want wins here for you. Because like look, you could be sound asleep, Jennifer, your grandkids, look, you could be sound asleep, like you're keeping them one night. You could be sound asleep and a motorcycle, loud motorcycle can run right in front of your house and you don't wake up. But you got that little monitor on that infant that goes, "Eh," and you're straight up in the bed. See, and you go, look, you go check. You don't just roll over and go back to sleep. You go check because one word, important. It's important. And we all have time for the important stuff. See, you've got people on this call today. You've also got people that should be on this call today. But see, they're not on the call today because it wasn't important to them. We all have time for the important stuff. And what I did early on is I just focused on the important stuff. I didn't, I did what I needed to do, and I did it every day. I did it consistently. I still do. There's three things. Y'all saw this down here. I do three things every day. I grow myself. I do something to grow myself. I identify players, and I develop leaders every day.
Mhm.
And y'all got to come in here. I was doing a Zoom with Gino Locklear, right? Who y'all have had conversations with. And y'all sat right there. Kyle was taking notes on his phone, which I didn't even know you could do. And then you were sitting over there taking page after page after page of notes on an iPad, which I didn't know you could do. And this is how you learn.
Mhm.
But see, y'all did that because you wanted to. You didn't have to. I didn't tell you had to come in here and listen to this call. But you see, winning has a language. It's got its own language, and you have to learn that language. And that language here is about freedom. It's about owning your life. It's about changing lives. It's about getting people out of debt. It's about protecting their mortgage, protecting their retirement, improving their retirement. This is the language we talk around here. It's about people helping people. And so, once again, and everything there is to know about Americo's products is not going to win for you here. Because you're going to look, it's going to feel good knowing all that stuff until you get punched in the throat. And when you get punched in the throat and you're down on the ground, you're gagging, America is not going to come to your mind. I'm telling you. The living is going to come to your mind. Getting up is going to come into your mind.
Mhm.
And that's your want. And see, you probably heard me say before that a lot of people think this is a smart business. Okay. The more you know, the better you're going to do. No, it's a heart business. The more you want, the better you're going to do. And your how, this is for your leaders, Jennifer, okay? Your how lives in your brain, but your want lives in your heart.
Mm.
So my question is, when you talk to your people, do you talk from your head to their head, or do you talk from your heart to their heart? See, I think y'all saw a lot of heart down here when y'all were here.
That's about
You
all
know,
we saw.
and look, not just when it was the four of us in our house. We had what, 5 meals together? I've never seen two thin people eat as much in my life, matter of fact. But you saw us interacting with people in restaurants and all. And it's just about treating people. You treat somebody nice, you stand out like a sore thumb
Mm.
because most people don't do that these days, okay? But
Mhm.
we are always, Sam and I are always looking for people, always looking for good people. And I've recruited many servers out of restaurants because they're used to dealing with people. I want people. I want good people.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mm.
I forgot what your question was, but maybe you have another one. I hope I
No,
touched
that
on it.
was it. It was about heart over house, so that's perfect. And I think, Kyle, you've got the next one for us.
Yeah. No, that's so good. Yeah, yeah, that's so good. I'll jump to the next one. Talk to us, Danny, about your heart behind building. So why has that been such a big emphasis since starting, at Symmetry? And also, what would you say the top reasons that you'd recommend people build something here?
Well, to me, first of all, it makes zero sense to me not to build something here.
Mhm.
If you want to know what a company wants you to do,
Mm.
regardless of who the company is, if you want to know what they want you to do, look at their compensation. Who makes the most money here? A personal producer? Look, Bo Hirschfield, I mentioned on my call last night. Bo Hirschfield's the AO. I think he's on like a 120 contract. He wrote 500,000 last year or 2024, his own pen. 500,000. Okay. Now that's unbelievable. Here's what I know. He can't continue doing that.
Mm.
I don't care. Look, he can look at that 500,000 all he wants. He can't do that every year because he can't get tired. He can't get complacent. He can't get sick. He can't travel. His his income's tied to his feet. Now he's unbelievable at it. Okay. And I'm fired up for him because he made a lot of money this past year. Okay. But see, I don't know how long it's been, probably a long, 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 long time. I've never wanted to do all of the work. That may be, you know, it's just something about me. Okay. I didn't want to do all, I don't care what it is. I mean, I remember 40 years ago, Sandy said, hey, we need a fan in that spare bedroom. I said, baby, who do you think's gonna put that fan up there? She said, you can't do that. I said, only if you want me to get electrocuted. I'll be glad to try. But no, I wouldn't be glad to try. What I want is because look, I've always wanted people. I don't care if it's putting up a fan. I don't care if it's changing oil. I don't care if it's cutting grass. I want somebody who wants to do it, and somebody who's good at doing it to do it. Because I don't want to do it, and I ain't any good at doing it. So it never made any sense for me to do that stuff. Okay. And what I found out was that you can get some really, really, really good help doing those kind of things for just a little bit of money. I found that out. And here's what that did for me. I didn't have to do it because I'm not any good at it. And it freed up time that I could spend doing something I want to do, not doing something I have to do. And that's where we are in our life now. We've been there for a while. Stan and I do what we want to do, not what we have to do. We don't do anything we have to do. And you can't imagine the freedom that comes with that.
Mm.
The ability to make choices that comes with that. And it's all because, Kyle, all because we built something, all because I wanted help.
Mm.
And so, and look, the cool thing about Symmetry is you can get help that's better than you. And that's a plus. See, that doesn't work in corporate America. You're in corporate America, you get somebody better than you walks in the door and everybody freezes. Okay. Because might be your next boss, and you may have to train your next boss. Some of y'all have probably been through that before. Here, I want people better than me.
Mhm.
Ashley Tarr came here with an incredible, she had worked incredibly harder than me. She came here with a big heart. She came here with a big want to. She came here wanting to change the world. She finds Jordan Shank, same thing. Super, super, super human being. Okay. Wants to take over the world. This is how this goes. And Jennifer came from Jordan. Jennifer Gaines, one of my favorite people in the whole company, and she's in my agency, and I thank you, Lord, for that. Okay. And from them, look, we got a second generation. It's silly what you can do here with the right kind of people. And so here's why you want to build. Okay. This is my thoughts on why you should want to build. Number one, it's the only way to make big money. Big money. Because see, some of y'all think 100,000 is big money. When you get to 100,000 a year, you're going to realize that ain't big money. Okay. Not when you look around here, not when you understand that you're in the wealthiest industry on the face of the earth. They do not care how much money you make in America. Okay. They don't care how much land you own in America. And you look around and see how have most people done in those two areas? Not very well, because they have not been in the wealthiest industry on the face of the earth, bar none. Okay. You're talking about an $8 to $9 trillion agency, 8 to 9 trillion. I read the other day that a million seconds, I think, is 12 days. A million seconds, 12 days. A trillion seconds is 31,600 years. A trillion is a big number. Okay. That's look, 4 commas, 12 zeros. That's a trillion. And we work in an $8 to $9 trillion industry. If you're not making money here, look, you're just not trying. How'd I say you like starving to death in a grocery store? You're just not trying. Okay. So they don't care. Look, insurance carriers don't care. You send them no apps, they send you no money. You send them a few apps, they send you a little money. You send them a bunch of apps, they send you a bunch of money. Pretty simple. Okay. Well, I'm not making any money. Well, you're not sending me the apps. Okay. This is we solved that problem right there. Okay. You want to change that, send them more apps. And look, you mentioned 173,647 apps in 11 years. Okay. Another reason you want to build. My name was on 10 of those apps. which still, it's 173,637 without my apps. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But see, once again, what that shows is I built from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote 10 apps just because I wrote 6 apps, 6 of the 10 my first month here, December of 13. 6 apps because I wanted to see how the leads work, how the applications work, how the carriers worked. So I wrote 6 apps. I've written 4 since then, all family. I'll write another one if another family member calls me and comes over with their laptop, and maybe I get Tracy to come help me with that. But see, once again, here's the cool part. Why build? Because here you don't get paid just on what you do. You get paid on what you're responsible for getting done.
Mm-hmm.
I was responsible. I wrote 10 apps. I got paid on those 10 apps. Okay. But I was responsible for all of the 173,647 apps. And so I got paid on every one of them. That's 186.2 million in premium, by the way. Okay. 11 years. I got paid on everything that got issued, because that's how carriers work. They don't care who wrote it. They want to know who is responsible for it getting written. That's why we get paid overrides. See, the override is the carrier saying, hey, thank you. Here's some money for you, because we would not have gotten that business had you not recruited that person. So that's one reason to build. Okay, it's the only way to make big money. Second thing is the only way to take care of yourself where you can't get hurt financially. Okay, because if you don't build, if it's just on you, if you're just a personal producer, once again, can't get tired, can't get hurt, can't get sick, that sort of thing. Okay, so you protect yourself that way. You bulletproof yourself, if you will. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason is it's the only way to buy time. Look, time is the only thing you can't make more of. You make more money. You can always make more money. Can't make more time. So every minute that you waste is a minute that's gone. It'll never make you anything. Okay. I did a thing back in July, I believe. See, look, here's how time works. 24 hours in a day, 168 hours in a month. I mean, in a week, 720 hours in a typical month. Okay. This is why salespeople are under so much stress, because they've got 720 hours in a month to get everything done that they're going to get done. They got quotas. Typical salespeople got quotas. They got territories. But look, they also got family, they got to sleep, got to eat, all this kind of stuff. They got to do all that stuff in 720 hours. Well, if you come here and you recruit somebody and you help develop that person into a writer, they write business, you get their 720 hours. So in July, a few months back in July, I had 550 agents wrote business in July. I multiplied 550 times 720. Matter of fact, I did it like 3 or 4 times because I couldn't believe it was the number I kept getting. Okay, Kristen. And I found out that in the month of July, I had 396,000 hours in my month. And then somebody mentioned to me that there's 8,640, I think, hours in a year. So I divided my 396,000 hours by 8,640 and realized I had 45 years of time in July.
Hmm.
Now, do you think about this? Because look, I'm a simple, y'all that talk to me all the time, I'm a simple person. Okay. I'm an amoeba. I am a simple person. It is it's common sense to me that I can do more with 45 years of time than you can do with 720 hours.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Buy time, because when you buy time, you can do the things you want to do with who you want to do them with, wherever
Mhm.
you want to do them for as long as you want to do them.
Mhm.
These are the choices that you get. How many people you think are happy today out in the real world? This is Monday after Christmas. Back to the cubicle. They're not
Mhm.
happy. And they're broke now because there was Christmas. And so you can offer these things to people. This is why I don't recruit people to money. I recruit people to freedom. I
Mhm.
recruit people to owning their life. I recruit people to having choices. Because most people, I'm telling you, the majority of people out there today are doing something they have to do.
Mhm.
And we can give them a life where they only do things that they want to do.
Mhm.
That you can't imagine. You can't imagine. And see, you mentioned stress earlier, okay? If you're stressed, it's not because you're doing too much. You're stressed because you're not doing enough of the right things.
Mhm.
That's why you're stressed. But you can make that go away. And see, some of y'all, I look at y'all are like mid-20s. It's ridiculous. Cucchiera's mid-20s. It's just silly what your life's gonna look like in another 5 years, another 10 years. Just stupid. You're gonna be able to do anything you want to do, anywhere you want to do it for as long as you want to do it with whoever you want to do it with. That's what y'all have. Big
Mhm.
if you learn how to drive this thing the right way. And if you build something of substance.
I love
That's the
that.
only way to do it. So
That's good. Danny, can you
how
talk
about
about?
let me do this. It also pays you by building. You get paid when you work and you get paid when you don't work.
Mhm.
But the biggest thing, the biggest reason, if you're here and you don't have this as your number one goal, you need to change. Okay. You can't become an agency owner without building.
Mhm.
You have to build very big. Good Lord. 6 writers and 30,000 issued 3 months in a row. That's 5,000 per month per writer average.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Think about this. You build a business wherever you want, with whoever you want, as fast as you want, as big as you want. And that when you get ownership, that agency is going to have your name on it for generations if you wanted to.
Mhm.
Where in the world can you go and set up your grandchildren's grandchildren? Where can you do that? You can do it here.
Mhm.
Only if you build.
Mhm.
Only. Okay. We covered one question. Now you got another
Oh,
one?
oh, we're there too. We're cruising. We're cruising.
Oh, we got to set up.
Um, I love everything you just shared, Danny, but I think it might leave new people wondering, okay, what are the right things? If I want to be where Danny Young is 11 years from now, which you say all the time is totally doable, you can do it faster.
That's
What
right.
are the things that we need to be focused on as builders to drive the vehicle like you have?
First of all, new people need to hear this. I came here by myself.
Mm,
Wayland came here by himself. Edward Pritchett came here by himself. Ron Miller, Jacob Pogue, everybody that you're seeing now, they haven't always been that way. It's like, if some, of course, some of y'all are so young, you're still working on your first driver's license. But those of y'all that have had a driver's license for, say, 20, 30 years, remember what that first picture looked like? I guarantee you're not out showing people that picture. Okay. You're not. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, that was you. See,
Mm,
that was you then. But it's not you now. And so when you look at yourself, you're here by yourself. I've been there 2 months. This thing is hard. I can't figure this out. There's too much stuff. Well, hey, look, we all went through that. We all went through it. The key is to go through it because the good stuff is always on the other side of the problem. You got to deal with stuff. You got to grow yourself. You got to learn new stuff. This is part of it. If you want the prize, every prize has a price. And the price here, if you want to be an agency owner, the price here is you've got to get through your learning curve, new person, because nobody comes here. I don't care where they come from. Nobody comes here 100% prepared for this business because there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of them are people parts. And so you do have to learn something new. You got to, first of all, you got to learn how to deal with a lot of different kind of people if you're going to build. You can't just go get people to look just like you and act just like you. Okay. You wind up with a sorority or a fraternity. They don't pay much to build one of those. Okay. You got to learn to deal. Look, I had to learn to deal. I had to work on my vocabulary before these two youngsters came down here so I could be hip. So, but there's a learning curve. But understand this, you're going to get through the learning curve quicker if you attract 2 or 3 people to your business early on.
mhm,
See, that's what Morgan's doing. That's what Anna's doing. Okay,
mhm,
Nicole. See what I'm saying? That's
mhm.
what they're doing. And their learning curve is going to be much shorter because they have help. They have other people. See, they've got to learn stuff quicker because now they got people they got to teach it to.
Mhm.
Makes sense? And so, first of all, if somebody's brand new, I just can't encourage you enough to stay plugged in. Stay plugged in to people that are trying to help you. Okay, be coachable. Listen to them. Nobody here is ever going to tell you something that's going to hurt you because if it hurts you, it hurts us. It's everybody trying to help everybody around here. Okay, so if you're struggling, reach out because that's what winners do. Okay, winners are coachable. Winners seek out coaching. Winners show up early. They read, they associate with the right people, they attend things, they get on stuff like this, because stuff like this is where you learn what you need to learn in order to win. And so there's all these things. And look, put as much time into this as you can, because the more time you put into it, the more stuff that you learn, the more you grow, the quicker that you're on your way and you're out of the learning curve. You ever watch an egg hatch? It ain't easy getting out of that egg. I'm just telling you, it's not. Okay, there's not a zipper on that thing. Just look at one next time you see one. There's not a zipper. They got to beat their way out of that thing. You watch a butterfly trying to get out of that cocoon. It's watch it on YouTube. It's awful. It's awful. But see, they want out, and look what they become. This thing is all about becoming, because you can't win here remaining the same person you were when you showed up here. Because that person, whoever you were when you showed up, that person was making X amount of money. I don't care if it's 30,000, 50,000, 80,000, 100,000. If you came here from a $50,000 a year job, for example, you have a $50,000 a year brain. Your brain thinks you're worth 50,000. If you don't change your brain, you're not going to make more than 50,000 here. Not going to do it. You gotta get to the point where you think you deserve more. And you do that through hard work. Because the way we're wired, our brains think that hard work should pay off. But see, most people don't come here and work hard. Most people come here and look around, find out it's hard, get punched in the throat, and they leave. They think that all of a sudden that job that they have looks a whole lot better. Doesn't make them enough money, but they don't care because it was too painful for them. And look, the truth of the matter is, and accept this, okay? The majority of people that come to Symmetry don't stay. Not because of Symmetry, it's because of them.
Hmm.
They weren't tough enough. Because pretty doesn't win, smart doesn't win, tough wins. Tough wins. Because you got to be able to get your butt up when you get knocked down. Because you're going to get, I'm telling you, every single person on this call has been knocked down. You got to get back up. Because your only choice is to get your butt back up, or you lay there and wait for mama to come get you. You can do that. Those people don't win. Okay. I mean, if you're 35 years old, your mama's still cutting up your steak for you, we've got a problem to start with. Okay. So you got to grow up. You got to become tough. That's all. That's what wins here. Tough wins here.
Mm.
And look, when I say tough, I'm talking about mentally tough. Okay, Marshall Whalen, Edward Pritchett, Ryan Miller, Jacob Pogue, me, Delaney. The reason we are where we are is because we are mentally stronger than we were, way stronger than we were, and we got that way by going through the mud. You know, getting knocked down, getting back up. Had people help us, thank goodness. But we never stopped. Okay,
Mhm.
the only time that weather y'all have up there, Jennifer, you know, you got blizzards and stuff. The only time you die in a blizzard is when you stop. You keep moving, you don't die. Same thing here. You got to keep moving. Is that easy? No. But is it worth it? Absolutely. That's who wins here. People that don't quit win here.
I love your perspective on struggle, Danny. I love what's the quote that you always share? It's like, thank goodness that I was given that struggle because I can handle it.
Look, struggle's your friend. People don't understand this, but struggle is your friend. Struggle makes you stronger, not weaker.
Hmm.
You break a bone in your arm. When they set that thing right, when it heals, it's stronger than it was before you broke it. Same thing here. You get knocked down, get your butt up. You're stronger. At that moment, you are stronger because you got up. That prepares you for the next time you get knocked down. Then you get back up and you're even stronger. And you get knocked down enough and get up enough, you can't be knocked back down. That's where the big players are. They can't be knocked back down because they've gotten up so many times. But struggle separates those who will from those who won't. I'm a big fan of struggle because look, this is a money buffet. Okay, a money buffet. You can make as much money here as you want to. Well, if you quit, if it gets too hard for you, you got to take your hands out of my buffet. The buffet the same size, it just ain't got your hands in it. Okay, we're not going to bring you money from our buffet. You got to work for it. But getting back up, struggle separates the
Hmm.
doers from the don'ters. Okay, don'ters don't win. The doers win.
Mhm.
And so that's why, but see, talking about being mentally strong, to your point, Kristen, I see stuff happen to people that they just can't handle. You know, I've told y'all this. Let me handle some of this stuff for you, okay? Because there've been times where, you know, that I got to go get Kristen off the roof. She's on the roof, you know. See, let me handle some of that for you because I can handle it. See, I got a large capacity to handle. Because being an AO, y'all are learning this. Being an AO is not about what you can do. It's about what you can handle.
Hmm.
I can handle a bunch. So when I get stuff comes on my desk, I get a call or whatever, I'm thankful that it came to somebody that could handle it instead of going to somebody it might make them jump off a bridge. Seriously.
Hmm.
So I'm very grateful for that.
Mhm.
But it's all about growing your brain. It's all about getting mentally stronger. That's you're gonna become an AO when you get mentally strong enough to be able to be an AO. That's when
Hmm.
That's
That's
good.
so good. That's what I wanted you to share, Danny. Thank you. And then I think we got one more if we can get
Yeah.
one more.
Yeah. So obviously, new year, new starts. Danny, what would you say to the agent that maybe wrapped up 2024, not quite maybe where they wanted to be? What would you tell them to kind of adopt as a mindset or, yeah,
that's all of us.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Everybody
All
on this call.
Everybody in the company. Nobody wound up where they wanted to be. Okay. Did we have a good year? Absolutely. Could we have done better? Absolutely.
Mm,
But here's what I would do. I said this on my call last night. I think ending my call. Think about where you were and who you were when you showed up here.
Mm.
I don't care if it's 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Think about where you were and who you were at that point in your life, and understand who you are and where you are starting 2025. Once again, you're a bigger person right now. You're a bigger person, and bigger people do bigger things.
Mm.
And so you need to rejoice in the fact. See, look, everybody wants to get depressed because they're not where they want to be. How about you rejoice in the fact that you're not where you used to be?
mm,
How
wow.
about
Love that.
because people tend to look around and see somebody that came here the same time they did. Look where they are. Look where I am. They look around. They see somebody doing better than them. They look around. They see this person, and they get all depressed. How about you? Every now and then, you look back where you were,
Mm,
and you be grateful. You be thankful of who you are now. Because I'm telling you, the person you were got you what you had at that point. The person you are now can get you a lot more. And
Mhm.
also think about this. If you're strong enough, if you grow yourself strong enough mentally to make it to this time next year, the last week of December next year, you won't recognize your life. And yet you'll still be saying, we didn't finish the way we wanted to finish, and you did like 3 times. Look, Susie went from 816,000 in premium in 2021 to 3 million in 2022 to 7.2 million in 2023 to over 10 million in 2024. And she did that by becoming a much bigger person who could handle more stuff because her goal, this is the same thing y'all hearing from me every dadgum week, okay? More people solve everything. You cannot make up a problem here that having more people won't solve. And that's all she did. She grew her agent. And just in the month of December, she had three agents. She had been here 6 months. She had 3 writers in December of 20. She grew that to 31 writers in December of 21, to 82 writers in 2022, to 183 writers in December of 2023. Because she focused, listen to me, what you focus on grows. You want to focus on bad stuff, watch it grow. You want to focus on not having enough appointments, you're not going to have enough appointments, okay? But you focus on positive things. What I focus on, same thing Susie's focusing on. I focus on writers because whoever has the most writers wins. And we've grown from zero by myself, new people, by myself in December of 13. I grew from one writer to like 568, I think is our average right now. 568 writers, of which I'm not one of them. Okay. That's pretty cool. Over 11 years. But see, that took our premium from 0 to 30 million. That's what you need to focus on. Don't focus on you're not where you want to be. No, none of us are. Okay. I can get a $60,000 bonus and I feel good for about 2 seconds. And then I see Marshalls and Edwards. And then I got to go sit in the corner holding my dog. It's all in perspective. It's all in how you look at it. You need to look at where you are now compared to where you were. And you need to rejoice. And also rejoice in the fact that this time next year, it's going to be a whole new game. If you're tough enough to hang, if you are. And understand that most people aren't. Most of the people you bring on right now aren't going to hang. But as long as your best person doesn't quit, you're in business. And you need to be your best person. Look, somebody look around. Look at the lives that have been changed with this company. And it's just we hadn't even got to the good stuff. That's why you gotta get it done. Because the good stuff's down the road. You just got to make sure you get down the road when the good stuff gets here. Because it's not coming to you. You got to go to it. Okay. The fruit is at the end of the branch. You want it, you got to climb out there and get it. Or you can wait till it rots and falls on the ground. You can go pick it up. Either way.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm
Make
wild
sure
about
your best person doesn't quit and you
Right.
are your best person. I love that.
That's right.
That's so good.
believe it.
Man, I feel like we just need to wrap it up there because that was so perfect.
I'm good. I got carrot cake waiting.
Oh man, Danny, there was so much gold today. I hope everyone had their notes out because there was so much in there that I think we can grab hold of and take into 25. And if we do that, I know it's going to be a big year for this team. Thank you for pouring into us today, Danny. This was awesome.
Oh, Kevin's sneaking on the call. Okay. I still need a conversation with him about that Kamado Joe he's got out on his patio. Hide from him. Okay.
Please
Bye.
call him. Please call him.
No, look, I told Kyle, y'all need to give that to Kyle and them. They'll use it.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Plant the seed, baby.
Thank you, Danny.
I appreciate y'all. Jennifer, wild about you. Okay. That whole Shank agency is just outstanding. This needs to be the year of the Shank. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All
Let's
right,
do
y'all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Danny.
Danny.
Bye, guys. Have an
Guys,
awesome week.
bye-bye.
See you, team. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Woo.